Dennis Simpson from the beautiful shores of Lake DeSoto with one more episode of Things to Do this weekend. Whew, boy, did I mention it's warm out here? Yeah, it's kind of warm out here, but big things are afoot at the Circle K, my friends. The cardboard soapbox derby, no, the cardboard boat derby, this coming Saturday at 8 a.m. at the Balboa Pavilion. You're going to love it. Look, here, look, hsvticketsales.com. This is going to be, now this is an official term, a hoot and a holler. Because everybody's going to have on swimsuits and everybody's going to have on life preservation systems because they're going down. Yeah, odds are some of these cardboard boxes, not roadworthy, not streetworthy, not lake-worthy, certainly not sea-worthy. Join us for the second annual Cardboard Boat Derby Challenge. Click here for your rules and information. And you can still buy tickets. You'll be directed to the member sign-in. Parks and Tourism is doing this. A great idea. By the way, I don't know if you know, but the fine folks at Parks and Tourism here in the village, yep, they are going to show the Juror number 2 with Clint Eastwood. If you've ever seen a film directed by Clint Eastwood, it's masterful. It's masterful. I think he's still doing some of his best work. This may be 8, 9, 10 years old, but they show first run and second run movies at the Woodlands all the time. By the way, the Balboa is, where that is, but it's going to be a hoot upon the holler because it's great tickets. $6 plus tax to see a first run, second run movie. 2 p.m. showtime, PG-13, and that is Monday the 18th. Ought to be a pretty good show. Now, see, this tells me what we're doing in the village and what we're wanting in the village, right? Completely Unchained. I'm going to have to show you this. Completely Unchained. See, that is a Van Halen tribute act. And the fine folks is the ultimate Van Hagar. I keep saying that, Van Halen tribute band. They're going to be Thursday night, the 21st, 7 p.m. And they are sold out. Yeah. See, that's what happens when you bring live music to the village. Yeah, I think that's fabulous. I was just doing my radio show, hsvradio.com, and I wanted to make note that hsv-radio.com. Yeah, I said that right. Okay. I wanted to make note that music in any form is really not free. Advertiser supported. You write a check. Somebody takes a loss on it, something like that. But music is not free. And my friends, our wonderful folks here in the village, they aren't afraid to write a check. God love them. And I say that because coming up number 2.0, you radio people get that joke? 2.0? Yeah, is the Village Blues Fest. I say fest, that's just a show, but did an interview with these guys that you can find at village-venues.com. Village-venues.com. Blues Fest, my friend. Blues Fest. And that's Chad Marshall Band and the Port City Blues. Too powerful. Port City Blues Players. Yeah. Met these guys, did an interview with them. Chad is a super laid back guy. Does music full time. Put that in your hat and smoke it. Very interesting interview. You want to hear their stories? I think the other guy's gentleman's name is David, and we had the sponsor on there. The sponsor, the concert promoter, lovely lady, very easy to work with. All these folks, and the 23rd, Saturday the 23rd, week from today, at 7 p.m. Darn it. Sold out, huh? See, that's the greatest compliment you can give music, live music in the village. Sell that thing out. I'm going to skip ahead to one more. There is one ticket left. So I'll make note, we in the village, we support music and the World of Wine Tours. Yeah, well, that's August the 28th, so it's a few more days off. But there is one ticket remaining to the World of Wine Tours, and they're going to do wines from Oregon. Really? Is that a thing? That's a thing, I guess. Actually, I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to, and I'm just sneak peeking ahead. September the 18th, Huey Lewis and the News. Yeah. He said it took him 22 years to become an overnight sensation, and I don't blame him. And I will make note, I want to come back to one other thing if we can real quick. It does take a long time to become an overnight sensation. Lord knows I'm trying. And the things that are of interest to me, I just want to make, we're going to have, I'm going to allude here ahead real quick. We got a doc talk coming up that's in September, The Art of Living Well. Boy, that's a good one. In conjunction with Hot Springs National Park. The college, the Washita Speaker Series is Mashuka Briggs, about the Federal Reserve manages your money. I know about that one, don't you? The Muses will be doing The Marriage of Figaro by Mozart, September the 12th. Huey Lewis and the News on the 18th. Sunset Wine and Cheese Paddle on DeSoto Beach. We're going to paddle our little kayaks around, have wine and cheese and life preservers. The Hot Springs Documentary and Film Festival, which I was chairman of for a short while, and on the board for quite a good while. That's the Documentary Film Festival. Preview is September the 30th. The Village Poker Ride Bike Fest. Poker bike? Okay, yeah. The British Invasion by the Village Concert Association. But now this one's got me here, people. The Wichita Lineman Tribute to Glenn Campbell. That is October the 24th at 7 p.m. Hot Springs Village proudly presents Carl Acuff's Jr.'s Wichita Lineman at the Woodlands Auditorium, the ultimate tribute to Glenn Campbell. Glenn Campbell spent up to 5 decades entertaining audiences all over the world. I don't know if you saw his documentary when he was passing and had Alzheimer's. He could not remember his daughter who was standing on stage with him. He could not remember her name, but he knew every word to every song and every note at every time. Never missed a lick. Did some of the most incredible guitar work from D-Light, Arkansas. And Mr. Campbell, I had the pleasure of meeting Dan Campbell, who was his brother. Fascinating people, just wonderful people. I got to have the opportunity to do that earlier, and it was a highlight of one of my lives. But yeah, that was a while ago. That was maybe 10 years ago. George Magazine Live. There's a podcast called George Magazine, empowering talks, music, and comedy live filming at the American Pulse podcast, the official name of it. Go to georgemagazine.com. That is the 15th through the 17th. All this sounds very interesting, people, so I promise it does. August, Oaklawn Pool Parties, more Oaklawn Pool Parties. So August the 16th and the 23rd, there will be Oaklawn Swimsuit Parties are back. Enjoy the fun, drinks, and specials. You ever notice nobody cares what a guy wears? Ever noticed? I mean, except like your Jethro or something. Live DJ, not a dead G, but DJ, playing for all the cash and party hits August 23rd and 16th. Ladies register for the swimsuit contest. I imagine a lot of the men would like for them to register for the lack of swimsuit contest. And you could win a share of $6,000 cash. Dollars, I tell you. Painting Happy Little Accidents by Bob Rostow. We've covered this before. August 26th. August 22nd, 6 p.m. Dennis, why are you messing up so much today? Well, maybe it was that scope that I had yesterday where they were seeing what was wrong with my throat. And I'm still legally and professionally and officially a little drugged, but I'm okay. Promise. So August the 22nd, and yes, I'm fine. It only takes 6 months for this thing to cure up. So at least there's a cure, and it will heal. I do feel better about that. And I know some of you are concerned. You're very sweet people. August the 22nd at 6 p.m., Bob Ross, the Style Paint Night, where you let your happy inner joy and paint some happy little trees, and maybe even talk to a squirrel or two. I think there's going to be some happy little wine. I think so. Back at the Vapors. These guys, I tell you what, talk about creative and having some great ideas. Dead Men Don't Gamble, a murder mystery dinner. A whodunit at the Vapors. August the 22nd, 23rd, 7 p.m. Step back to 1961 for a glamorous night of glitz, glitter, and a little murder at the Vapors. See, it's working. Your dinner includes live performances and a chance to solve a murder before the killer disappears into the Hot Springs night. And here's the story, my friends, if you don't know anything about this. In 1961, the Vapors was roaring. It was basically blatantly an open casino. Everybody would say, well, they had casino slot machines in the back. Heck, they didn't even put them in the back in 1961. Phyllis Diller would show up. Joey, what's his name? Frank Sinatra was here. I mean, the guy who sang "Left My Heart" in New York City. Yeah, he sang it first in the Vapors in Hot Springs. It was, as they call, well, Vegas wasn't even Vegas at that time. It was a roaring, roaring town. I've heard people that lived here at that time tell some very interesting stories. Look, let's just face it, people. It's crime, and crime has coattails, right? And coattails follow you places, right? I had a lady at the National Park Center, whose name shall remain nameless, that was telling us that the mobsters would take care of the bad guys in coordination with the police. I'm not exaggerating. And this is in our lifetime, my friends, in the 60s and 70s. And they said they would take care of the bad guys in coordination with the police. And then, we might know where the guilty guy is. He may be over here tied up on the side of the wall, that kind of thing. And then if somebody was hurt and needed recompense, that, believe it or not, the mobsters would set up like a little fund or a widow's fund or whatever and a stipend. They were not saints by any stretch of any imagination, but it wasn't an all bad place. The Frankie Valli Songbook at Oaklawn, that will be August the 23rd, Saturday, August 23rd, 7 p.m. Travis Clower, the longest running Frankie Valli and Tony and Grammy award-winning, will do a Grammy and Tony and Grammy award-winning songs by the Jersey Boys and more. For more, Frankie Valli Songbook, Oakline. You can just look that up if you want. Oh, I need to bring this up. If this is true, and it's what I had heard, I hope it's not. Longtime friend of the show, longtime friend, Maxwell Blade. We used to have the Hot Springs Documentary Film Festival in the Malco. He would basically close down his show for 2 weeks, and we would come back in and open the Malco up just for a world-class, and that's not an exaggeration, world-class film festival that's been going on some 28, 30 years now, or maybe longer. I don't get my strat state all the time. 34th. Yeah, 34th. Time flies. Tempus fugis. That said, this last week we saw a post on his Facebook page that said, "Closed forever, signed MB," which was tragic on his social media. And I was like, dear Lord, what has happened? Yeah, seems as if Mr. Blade was walking to the stage, I believe it was Tuesday or Wednesday night, and summer is his time. He does a whole lot of shows in the summer, and apparently fell and took a tumble. The EMS had to come get him and rush him to the hospital. He is no longer performing, but Reza. Now, we took my parents to see Reza. I'd hold it up, but link's dead. The Edge of Illusion, he is from Branson, and he sells out his Branson shows 5 times a week and twice on Sunday. I mean, he is a huge, huge draw. Has some fascinating illusions. But be prepared to be spellbound as Reza, the magician of the year, brings his electrifying rock concert style magic to Hot Springs. Click here for. I got to get me better paper. I'm telling you, people. That's the things. Hang on. Some of y'all like this. There we go. There's that one. There's that one. Are you happy now? Are you happy now? I have to tell you, to take just a pause and tell you, there is a reason that I don't share, hey, I'm going to have a medical procedure, I'm going to have something checked out. You're talking to a guy that when birthday rolls around on Facebook, I'll get between 1,000 and 1,200 well wishes for my birthday. I guess I can't remember ever being an introvert. Hang on. No, there was that one day. No, that was just for an hour or so. I don't think I remember being an introvert, but I don't think I remember in any way at any time having so many wonderful people that follow, listen, watch. If you're not aware, I do this show once a week. I do at least 2 other shows on the Hot Springs Village venues, village-venues. And you say, well, Dennis, I just watch you on YouTube. But that's fine. Because, my friends, we have over 100,000 views. And I was notified this last week that YouTube has decided to monetize me. Now, that means they're going to start paying me for every time you have to watch a little commercial go through there. Okay, well, Dennis, what's the big deal? Well, I thought that was 6 months to maybe a year off. It happened earlier this week. You're supposed to have 4,000 watched hours at 3,050. They just said, look, you're in. You got it. You got enough people. You got 2,250 subscribers as of today. Thank you, kind people. But, okay, I'm going to complain just a wee bit. My friends, over 87% of you are not subscribed. You may like it and you may see me occasionally, but if you hit that subscribey thing, it's down here. Okay, down here. If you look down there and do the subscribey thing, then you'll be notified. You won't be nagged, you won't be bugged, you won't be whatever, but it'll just have a little tag that says in your daily notices when you wake up and go, holy cow, look at all my notices. You'll notice that Dennis R. Simpson, Village-Venues has a new show, clicky, and you can watch and go, oh, I'm not going to watch that. Or you can watch tomorrow's show, which is a backroads visit to Lake Winona. Excuse me, I just bumped my camera stand here. That's no bueno at all. And I'm telling you all that to tell you that the road trips that we do are just really, really successful, really, really popular, and they get a lot of long-term traction. People want to know what's around here. We're going to go there. Over there. If you go straight outside the village, you'll go to the National Forest. If you go that way, at about 11 miles as the crow flies that way, you'll be to the auxiliary water supply for the city of Little Rock. Central Arkansas Water owns and runs a park that will close at the Memorial Day to Labor Day, or whichever the backwards. But it's a gorgeous park. You can go up there, just sit and have a picnic. You will be alone, typically. It's a WPA type thing. It's a CCC deal where it looks like it's a state park or a national park. A bunch of beautiful stonework. It was built by the WPA and the CCC. It's magnificent, and you don't even know where it is. And it's, as the crow flies, it's 11 miles. As you drive, it's about 45 or so to get there. But I show you how to get there. I send you the link. I show you what it does. You say, well, Dennis, so what? Okay, so yeah, what the Winona, or whatever. I don't know anything about that. It's a 39-inch concrete tube. Every section weighs a little over 4 tons, and that 4-foot section to 5-foot section, yeah, it runs 35 miles into Little Rock as the auxiliary water supply from that lake. Yeah, that's what our forefathers were doing. They weren't just dinking around on their phones all the time. They were working like madmen, building auxiliary water supplies 60, 70, 80 years ago, when who would have thought we would have needed one, right? It's a magical place. I promise you. You'll want to go. Don't have to have an SUV or a big truck. We took one, but you don't have to do that. And we drove across this little water bridge. Gorgeous place called Alum Creek. Heard of that? Alum Creek. Oh, you mean the one right down there by Balboa Gate where it comes outside the village? So the clock on the wall says it's time for me to shut up. And we'll see you next time. Dennis Simpson, Hot Springs Village Venues. Thank you so much for joining. We're monetized. 501-617-9747. Whether you're buying, selling, or just considering. Oh, we don't need a realtor yet. Yes, you do. Don't delay. Call Janae. 501-617-9747.
Hot Springs Village Venues is brought to you by KVRE at 92.9 and streaming worldwide on iHeartRadio. KVRE is your family-owned local hometown radio station, so be sure and tune in for live local programming, news, sports, and information every day at 92.9. HSV Radio. HSV Radio is heard every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. or streaming on any of the major platforms. Hot Springs Village Radio is an eclectic mix of music, motivation, great music history, and Saturday morning fun. Join us every Saturday morning at 9 a.m., 92.9. And brought to you by the Hot Springs Village Voice, Hot Springs Village only newspaper, also serving all of Saline and Garland County. Your local newspaper for local events. No one else has more local news than the Hot Springs Village Voice about the Hot Springs Village area. Sign up today at hsvvoice.com or call 501-623-6397. Again, that's 501-623-6397. Located at 3576 North Highway 7 in Hot Springs Village, Arkansas, just in front of Walmart. Brought to you by Gotta Go Vacations. www.gottagovacations.com. Troy Woods and Patrick Cunningham at 501-204-4805 can help you with any of your travel needs. Patrick and Troy have been airline stewards for decades, and their experience and their travel can serve you well. GottaGoVacations.com, again, that's GottaGoVacations.com, can help you book the perfect tour for you, whether it's a riverboat cruise up the Mississippi or the Rhine. These guys are who you need to call. 501-204-4805. Troy or Patrick, 501-204-4805. GottaGoVacations.com. D&D Village Properties. Hot Springs Village only short-term rental with over 2,100 five-star reviews. All properties are lakefront. They include complimentary kayaks, hot tub, pet-friendly, and a stunning view of the lake. Visit DD Village Prop today for your vacation getaway.